Of this debt debate. Both are expected to vote soon. Joining me now, California Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez is a Democrat and a member of the Joint Economic Committee. New Jersey Congressman Scott Garrett is a Republican and member of the House Budget Committee. Representatives, thank you both so much for being there.
Good to be with you.
Let me start with you, Representative Sanchez, on this. 5+ years ago now, when President Obama was just candidate Obama, and he was running for office, he railed against the national debt and against President Bush for adding considerably to it, and he said this.
The problem is that the way Bush has done it over the last 8 years is to take out a credit card from the Bank of China in the name of our children, driving up our national debt from $5 trillion for the first 42 presidents. Number 43 added $4 trillion by his lonesome, so that we now have over $9 trillion of debt that we are going to have to pay back. $30,000 for every man, woman, and child. That's irresponsible. It's unpatriotic.
And now President Obama has added more than all presidents through Bill Clinton combined, and we have a $17 trillion debt. And the question is whether he and the Congress now have been unpatriotic and irresponsible.
Well, remember that it's not the president that decides what programs we're going to take on and how we're going to pay for that. It really is the Congress. And I've been in the Congress for a while now, and I've seen the different sides. I've seen everybody go at it. I mean, the reality is we do have to take a look at everything, as Simpson Bowles did in their report, and said, listen, you've got to put everything on the table.
That failed.
Entitlements, defense, everything else. The problem has
been... They said that nobody did it.
Well, and that's exactly correct. I mean, I'm a member of the Blue Dog Coalition. That's a Democratic Fiscal Conservatives, and we endorsed the Bowles-Simpson plan. We had them come in. We tried to get them to talk to people. And unfortunately,
but you failed,
nobody
respectfully, and I think the American people appreciate the effort. But, you know, try all you want. What matters are results, and we don't have any. We have $17 trillion. I mean, you know,
it takes everybody, Megyn, to sit down at the table, and I hope that after this episode, I do hope that Republicans and Democrats can sit down and start to talk about how we carve out some of this debt that we have, because we need to do that.
Hoping is nice, but let me ask you, Representative Garrett, because I say this is not a joke, but our own John Stossel did this scene that I play every time we do this debt debate because it underscores the situation we are in perfectly, I think. I just want to show the viewers. This is Stossel's take on it.
Well, I need this, you know, and I need this. And I'm going to take this, and no, I'm the old person. I need this. You have to take care of me.
Is that wrong? Is he wrong?
He is not wrong. He has it exactly right, and you have it exactly right. This is once again where Washington has let down the American people. And I think Loretta's comments are absolutely absurd to say, well, of course it's not the president who makes these decisions, it's Congress. What has President Obama been saying for the last 16 days? He's been saying it is his decision. It's his way or the highway. He's been saying that he wanted a clean CR, and she joined him on that. He did not want Congress to be able to have any say whatsoever to try to cut back some of the spending. And so we're in this situation now where the U.S. Senate is over there on both sides of the aisle, high-fiving each other as if we've done something tremendous. We've done absolutely nothing tremendous. You know, you have 3 kids. I have 2 kids. They have to ask us tonight, if your kids can say this to you tonight, what have you done for us in the future generations of this country? And I can tell you what we've done. We've added more debt for them on there. We're we're $17 trillion in debt, another $900 billion if we go along with a full year of raising the debt limit, $2 trillion more for the adding of the addition of the Obamacare spending, and that's not on your back or my back, that is on our kids' back. What we have done tonight is to say we're not going to be personally responsible for all these services that John Stossel is talking about. We're going to put this on the backs of your children and my children, and I think that is wrong.
Representative Sanchez, let me ask you quickly before I let you go, because this got started of a fight over Obamacare, and it's got a lot of problems. It's had a lot of problems in the rollout and so on. But one of the things we keep hearing is, will the individual mandate be postponed the same way the corporate mandate was by the president, is so that individuals won't get treated as second-class citizens, as some allege, in comparison to their corporate brothers? Your thoughts on that?
I believe that Obamacare is moving forward. I know in California, it's covered California. A lot of people are really excited to get on. and to buy their insurance. We've been working really hard in California
the individual mandate,
to
should it
make
be
sure that
postponed?
I don't think that it's going to be postponed. I think we're going to see Obamacare, and we're going to let it play out. And I think that in about a year's time, people will see that actually they are better off by having a coverage that they've needed, by having gone to the doctor, etc. So I think it's really important. I want to go back to something my colleague said, however, because this 16 days of shutdown cost us $24 billion. That's estimated by Standard & Poor's in just 16 days to our national economy. So we've got to stop legislating this way and doing these fights, because the Republicans are always talking about growing the pie. Well, what they did in these 16 days was to decrease the size of that pie by $24 billion.
Let me give you the chance to respond to that, Representative Garrett, because Standard & Poor's did come out with that estimate, $24 billion cost to this government shutdown, quickly.
And she could have joined with us and actually opened the government sooner. We passed a number of bills, over 2 dozen bills, sent them over to the Senate. She voted against almost all of them, as far as I'm concerned. The Senate voted on 0 of them in the last 16 days. We could have gotten the government open sooner.
Not the entire government, piece by piece.
And, well, that's, Loretta, that is the way the system always works. We always vote on different appropriation bills. It's not the way that the president wants to do it. He wants to have one single bill that he controls, and it passes that way. That's not the way it works. You know we always vote on several different appropriation bills, and that's not the way he wants it. And, again, this is being passed on to our children, and it's unfair to them.
Congressman, good of you both to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Megyn.
We'll be watching as the House votes tonight. So after an epic fight over